Conversations with Maas. Subscribe now. Lock in. Let's go. Real street, man, we watching Maas. Real street, man, we call on Maas. Real street, man, we watching Maas. Real street, man, we call on Maas.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
This is Conversations with Maas.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
What's goody? What's goody? The Maas
Lab Addicts Music
is
Group.
another edition of Adult Conversation with Maas. And before we go any further, we gotta give thanks to the Most High for allowing us to see another day, see another sunrise, see another sunset, and love on the people that we love. And with that being said, tonight's show. Why immigrants fear being seen as black in America. And I want to welcome everybody back. And before we get started, I want to give a shout out to Daniel Perez, Kenny Anderson, Amagashi Joy, FBA Judah, and Brian Nichols. They became members of the Maas Appeal family last night. They joined in the conversation and they gave great input. And I hope that we have more people that are going to join into the conversation tonight. So, welcome back to Adult Conversations with Maas. And like I said, yesterday's episode, they want our culture, but not us. Hurt, what's going on, brother? It shook YouTube. Our conversation yesterday shook YouTube. What's going on, Juggernaut? The comments that everybody left. I broke a record for likes on the show last night. I think it's at like 62. I got 40 new subscribers last night. So, evidently the conversation was good. Some people liked it. It touched a nerve. And you know what? Good. Because far too often, we as Black Americans are told to shut up, smile, and accept the fact that everybody loves what we create. But nobody wants to be us. So today, again, we're going to push this conversation even further. And we're going to talk about what nobody wants to say out loud. Why do immigrants... And before I get into that, last Thursday, we talked about, do immigrants still want to identify with white status? And we had a great conversation last Thursday. And then yesterday we had the conversation of, how everybody wants our culture, but nobody wants to be us. And tonight we're going to continue this conversation. And tonight we're going to look at the aspect of why. Why do immigrants fear or don't want to be seen as being black once they arrive in America? And I don't just mean black in skin tone, because we talked about that yesterday, how I don't feel that melanin is a connector. I'm talking about black in identity, in experience, in our struggle. Because there's a big difference. And we're going to talk about it tonight. For one, they love our culture. Everybody wants to be down. Everybody wants to be seen as being down. Everybody wants to be cool. And what is cool? Being black. That's what's cool. But they want to be black, and they want to, and until, they get that cost. They have to pay that cost. And that's why, the YouTube title was "Everybody Wants to Be Black Until the Police Come." And it's the same thing. But everybody wants to be black until the police come. They love our fashion. They love soul food. They love our slang. They love calling themselves ninjas. They love our music. They love the way we dance. Everybody got their version of the electric slide. They still throwing up the peace sign. But let somebody ask them, are they black? Oh, no. I'm Jamaican. But not like them. I'm African. But I don't do that black American stuff. Or no, I'm not black. I'm Dominican. We've all heard it. But why does identifying as black, just black, scare so many immigrants? Why? Why does being black scare immigrants? Why is being associated with blackness, with the black American experience, something folks run away from? Like it's a sickness. Why is that? But we're not even going to play dumb. We're most definitely not going to play dumb. They know what blackness means in this country. They see how we're treated. They see it. And truthfully, a lot of them, not all, but a lot, want our flavor, but they don't want the fight. And before we go any further, April Showers, how you been? It's been a minute, April. How you been? I hope everything's all good with you. Hope you well. Hope everything's good with you. It's been a minute, but I'm glad you came through tonight. They want our flavor, but they don't want the fight that comes with that flavor. What do y'all think? And then, all this dislike, it's taught. All this stuff is taught. All this hate towards black people is taught. It's all taught. Some people come to America and your mama, your uncle, or your abuela told you, stay away from those black Americans. Better stay away from them black Americans. And this is not an anti-immigrant rant. It's not. We're just asking questions. We're just asking questions. And I hope that there are some people that are in populations that are outside of America that have come to America that will be here to answer some of these questions that we have. Because it's all about learning. The first thing we want to know is why such negative attitudes towards black people when they first get here without having ever met a black person. You know, they come here, they move differently, they get around white people, and they try to be the safe minority. And that's what happens. A lot of immigrants come here and they want to be the safe minority. So, we've all seen it. They kind of, because they know that in some terms, black people aren't going to be subservient, aren't going to have a subservient attitude towards a lot of things in America, where and then a lot of immigrants come here and they take up that they will be that subservient minority. And that's not not a diss. That's not a diss. That's a fact. It's not a diss. The thing is they come here and they want to get away from us, but they don't understand that the system. You got black skin, the system sees you as a black person, whether you are from another country or you from America. If you got melanin, you're black. And a lot of them don't realize that until the police come. Because when the police pull you over, they don't care if you're Haitian, Nigerian, Dominican, Belizean. They don't care about any of that. You're black. When they see your name on the job application, just like they see our name, you're black. I mean, you black, period. You black, period. So I don't understand when people arrive here, they look down on us and they think that they're better than us without understanding that we done bled on this soil, we done sacrificed people in our families have been lynched, we done marched. And without all of that, there would be no place for them to come to. Basically, while they're running from whatever negative treatment or negative circumstances they have in their own country. And I think that, when Americans, black Americans, go outside of the country, you have to go with respect. Just like you want them to come here and be respectful, you got to go there and respect. You got to go places and understand that they may not speak English. So, it's probably good that you learn some of the language of the country that you're going to, like how to say hello, goodbye, how much is this? It goes a long way if you know a little bit when you're leaving out of the country. And I'm saying that because I don't want nobody to think that this is a one-sided conversation, because we go outside of the country and I've seen it. A lot of people go out to other countries and they have an expectation that they're going to speak English. Oh, you shouldn't have that expectation. You should learn some of the language of wherever you're going. And that's real. Let's talk a little bit about culture vultures. You know, the ones who come over here and dress like us, wear do-rags, say nigga, like they earned it. Are we giving passes too easy? Are we giving lab addicts? Lab addicts. Shout out to lab addicts for that beat. That beat that y'all heard when y'all came into the show. That's who did that beat. Yeah, shouts out to Crease. Shouts out to lab addicts on that intro. Yeah. They want to walk like us. They want to get grills. They wear Jordans. I mean, are we giving passes too easy? Yeah. If you only put on blackness like it's a Halloween costume, you're not a fan. You're not family. You're cosplaying. Somebody said that yesterday, that a lot of people come to the country and they cosplay black people. You know, a lot of people, a lot of immigrants come to the country and they love the benefits, but they reject the burden. You know, that's not solidarity. That's exploitation. Before Score Mama, yeah, I said let me cut the camera on before Score Mama said something. Score Mama beat me to it. But yeah, why is it? If you put on your blackness like a Halloween costume, you're not, you're a fan. You're not family. Now, all immigrants aren't like this. Let's preface that. We're talking about a subsection. I mean, I go on YouTube and there are, I see the videos of how people in Africa look at Black Americans. I watch these videos, so it's not like I'm doing something that other people don't do as well. So, I mean, maybe, you know, some immigrants in another country can look at this video and they can get a better understanding of the Black experience and, you know, what not to do when you come to America. Because you can't look down, you can't come to America and look down on Black people. How y'all feel about that? How y'all feel about that? You know? And then a lot of immigrants tell their daughters or tell their, you know, don't get a Black girlfriend. I have Dominican friends that I'm very, very close to that have told me things. They have told me things. Like some Dominicans will tell their daughters in their church, don't have sex with the Black man. Keep the family light. Keep the family light. We don't want any dark skin in the family. I've seen this. I've seen this. The dirty looks, the funny glances. I've seen this. And same question that we had on Thursday, the same question that we had last night, is basically the same question we have tonight. Why do immigrants come to the United States with a negative misconception of Black people? That's our main question. What G said, what's funny is some use a black accent to speak. I mean, I've heard that too. I've heard that too. But why, as black people, and I'm asking this, this is a question that I'm asking to the chat. Why do you all feel the immigrants come here with a negative outlook on us? And we already know about the propaganda and social media and stuff like that. But I see videos of people fighting in Africa and tribes fighting in Africa and things like that, and people that are still indigenous. But I know that all Africans aren't like that, and not that I would even look at that negatively. I wouldn't. So I don't understand. I mean, because in the other countries that you're coming from, when you come to America, there are bad people in your countries that you're leaving when you come here. And I'm thinking that even when you were in your country before you came to America, you didn't hang around negative people, but you didn't think that all of your people were negative just because there was a subsection of people that were in jail or excommunicated or whatever in your country. So why would you come to America and think that all black people are what you've seen on TV? Yeah, because the thing about it is black people really don't have any negative. I mean, there's always gonna be people. I mean, hate is taught on all. Everybody teaches. You know, there's a subsection of every racial identity that teaches hate. Teaching hate. A lot of people want to think that teaching hate is exclusive to white people. No. As was told last night to us by Amagashi, lots of Africans sold Africans into slavery. So there are bad people in all tribes, but the whole nation of people is not accountable for those bad apples. So why would black people in America have to be held accountable for whatever negative things you saw on social media or whatever? That's our main question. I'm gonna chill out for a second and see if I get any responses to that question. Black Tech Week is going on currently in Cincinnati. It's going to be going on until Thursday, I think. Thursday or Friday. I will be going down to Black Tech Week tomorrow. I'll post some shorts. I may go live from Black Tech Week. And you already know it's the Wednesday, it's the other Wednesday. So I'll be going live tomorrow night as well from Reggae Night in Washington Park here in Cincinnati. So yeah, tomorrow night we're gonna get away from these deep conversations we have. We're gonna hear some good original live music and talk to the people in the city of Cincinnati and see what's going on. We may ask some questions, about this immigration thing tomorrow while I'm at Reggae Night. But yeah, tomorrow night reggae night tomorrow during the day. Black Tech Week. A lot of people don't know that Cincinnati, Ohio is the #1 place for black tech companies, startups in America. And they've been hosting Black Tech Week for, I don't think it's been 10 years, but it's more than 5 years. But yeah, if you're a techie and you're in the Cincinnati region, within 2 or 3 hours, you may want to come to Cincinnati tomorrow, Thursday or Friday, as Black Tech Week is going on. It's being held at the Aeronaut, which is it's a music hall slash opera slash play. They do all types of things in the Aeronaut, but that's that's the main location where all of the seminars and things are going. But tomorrow is a big day for Black Tech Week. Usually I'm not sure if I'll have to look. I'm not going to say anything and be wrong, but yeah, Black Tech Week is going on here in Cincinnati. Look it up on the internet. Check out what's going on. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Back to the conversation. Camille, how you doing? Back to the conversation. And we're going to talk about inherited anti-Blackness. And the fact that it's still anti-Blackness. It's sad, but some immigrants come here and carry anti-Black ideas from their own homelands. And what's crazy is a lot of the immigrants that are coming here are living well below the poverty line once they come here. But they come here with a belief that we're lazy, we don't work hard, and I don't know. I don't really understand where these. I mean, I know where they came from, but I just don't understand why they would be believed. Because there are stereotypes that the government and other people try to spread about Africa, like Africans can't take care of themselves. They still need colonial help. They still need help from the oppressors in order to, they still need an overseer in terms of the dealings of their countries. And as Burkina Faso and Traore and Mali and Niger are set to prove, is that Africans can unite with Africans to have a better life. And we talked about it yesterday, how the African Union and Traore is not affiliating himself with the African Union. And we talked about yesterday how the African Union is still funded by the European Union, which if the European Union is giving you money, then they're going to have some say-so about the dealings that are going on. So there are immigrants that don't look down on African Americans. Because as I'm going to repeat this over and over, these conversations are not anti-immigrant. We are talking about the populations that come here with preconceived notions about black people. And yeah, kind of try to treat black people with disdain. And I may pull the video up, but there was a situation in Queens, New York, where a young black lady, I think she was 22 years old, had just recently come back from school. And she said she usually, when she comes home from school, she usually gets a Airbnb in the city so that, she can be mobile. She can go to kick it with her family. She can see her friends and just basically be in a central location. And she had pulled up to her apartment and there was an open space. And she was attempting to parallel park, but once she attempted to parallel park, there was Spanish LGBTQA individual, a man that had a dress on. He came out and with a garbage can and sat on top of the garbage can to block the parking space. So an argument ensued. She got out the car and an argument ensued. And I think they called the black girl a monkey, and I think the black girl called them illegals. And I think when she said illegals, basically two men, a man and a person that identifies as a woman and their mother jumped the black girl. And after they jumped the black girl, she got away. She fought them off. It was just, I'll find the video. And there was an uproar because there were two black guys that were sitting on their stoop in the background, and they were just sitting there watching. They didn't get up to go help the girl or anything. And yesterday, basically, the entire neighborhood went to these people's houses and protested. And I don't think they came out, but it was a sad situation. Because if you see somebody getting jumped, you should, especially a woman by two dudes and their mother. That was nasty work. It was nasty work. YWG said the Goon Squad pulled up. I'm not gonna call them the Goon Squad, but yeah, a whole bunch of people pulled up. Where did these anti-black attitudes come from? I mean, colorism, classism, colonial brainwashing. I mean, what is it? But it all runs deep. It all runs deep. But then they'll want our help, and we're not helping, and now we have groups of people that are asking the government to change the laws and basically make it where black people can get deported, which is never going to happen. Black people will never be deported from the United States of America. So I think that's crazy for a person to think that black Americans would ever be deported because we're citizens. We can't be deported. But I was told a story yesterday, and I'm not going to repeat this story, but it involved a plane, some prisoners, and deportation. Now, those are the only 3 clues that I will give you. But if you hit me offline, Mossfield at Gmail, same spelling. If you hit me offline, I'll explain it a little bit better. But prisoners, deportation, and an airplane. Now, you do your own research, you do your own rabbit hole, but the story that I heard was crazy. And I asked a question in the poll tonight. Do you agree with President Trump's stance on immigration? 50% said no, they do not agree with his stance. 38% said yes, and 12% were indifferent. Didn't matter to them. To the people that don't agree, what is it about Trump's stance on immigration that you have a disagreement with? And to the people that agree with President Trump's stance, why do you agree with his stance? And to the people that are indifferent, I just think you're probably saying it's not our problem. We don't have any skin in this race. I don't care. So, there's probably only one person, but yeah, 16 votes. So the people that said yes, why do you agree with Trump's stance on immigration? And to the people that said no, you don't agree, why don't you agree? And you know what? I'm going to put the link out tonight. I'm going to put the link out to start a panel. And I'll say this before I put the link out. It's my discretion as to who I want to pick to bring up here. Hopefully it's people that have joined the conversation before. And even if you haven't, I'll say this: don't curse. Don't be racist. And don't use slang terms for other nationalities. That's the only things I ask. And if you get a little bit too long with it, I'll cut you off. Now that we have a perfect understanding, I'm going to put the link out to have some people join the panel that we have tonight. And hopefully we have some people that are first generation immigrants into the country or second generation. But before we do that, we're going to look at some of these comments. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. I don't agree with that. YWG said, I don't agree with ICE ambushing folks at immigration office for those seeking green cards or for those immigrants who are in the process to become citizens. Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think if you're in the process, you should be afforded the ability to complete the process. If you're not in the process, Scorp, what do you want? What you want to say, Scorp? Okay, Scorp says she agrees with Trump because he's getting rid of a lot of okay, I'm gonna read it. But I'm gonna let Scorp explain. I agree, because he's getting rid of a lot of red courses that's not needed, such as free. Now, Scorp, I don't know what you meant by that. But okay, you agree with Trump because he's getting rid of a lot of bad people. Okay. So yeah, I don't agree with the ambushing. I don't agree with showing up to graduations. Hey, those are things that I don't agree with that. Do your work. But yeah, don't show up at an event where it's a family event where everybody and just it's nah. I don't agree with that. But if you're illegal, you should be dealt with. If you're illegal, you should be dealt with. Hopefully, we'll get people from both sides, people that agree with Trump and people that don't agree with Trump, so that we can have a meeting of the minds. We're adults. That means no arguing, no talking over one another. Just good, lively conversation. But 53% do not agree with Trump, and I count myself in. I agree with some of what he is doing, and I don't agree with everything. So no, it's not blanket support, but some stuff he's doing I think is good, and some stuff not so good. A lot of stuff not so good. So we'll see. Yeah, and okay. Free resources. Okay. I kind of figured there was something else that was coming into that. And to my people watching on Facebook, Rumble, X, and Instagram, the time has come for you to come over to YouTube and join us. So with that being said, thank you everybody at Facebook for come join us. Thank you everybody at Rumble. Come to YouTube and join us. Thank you everybody at X. Come to YouTube and join us. Shouts out and thank you to everybody watching on Instagram. Now come join us. Okay. Free resources. I understand. I'm in agreement with that. I think that a lot of the people that agree with that don't I don't think that anybody has blanket support for what he's doing other than MAGA. But the people that say no, they don't agree, I think there are some aspects of what he's doing that they are in agreement with what he's doing. And then there's other things that President Trump is doing that just can't agree with it. I can't agree with it. How do you all see that? Because this can't be about everything that I'm saying. These are conversations where I need you all's input. I don't want to feel like I'm talking at people. If I'm saying something wrong, point it out. Tell me why I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure I can debate my point. But yeah. Nobody's going to get ridiculed for their opinion. We all have them. YWG said it's called divide and conquer. This is why they are told to stay away from us. That and this is for people that are coming from Africa. I think when you're talking about Africa, there's a lot of things that are tribal. I think, being that it's tribal, they're looking at everybody like you're not in my tribe. So I'm gonna look at you leery. But looking at someone leery is different than looking at someone with viewpoints of stereotypical material that you've seen. I think there's a big difference. Am I wrong? Is there a difference? Or are they one and the same? What would you all say? What would you all say? Are they different? Are they one and the same? Uh-oh. Scorp. There goes Scorp. Where's Juggernaut? Where's YWG? I wish FBA Judah was here tonight. I wish FBA Judah was here. Amagesha Joy. Kenny Anderson. Yeah, Daniel Perez. Those there. They gave some very, very good input last night. I kind of wish they were around tonight. But if not, I will continue the conversation. And the next thing we're going to talk about is, when it comes to us as black people, it isn't a choice. We can't choose. We're black, so we can't say, "Oh, I'm Nigerian" or "I'm Dominican" or no, I'm not black. I'm Ghanaian and things like that. It's not a choice. It is who we are. It's a position. There's no, and then a lot of people look at us and they say they have no culture. Well, we do have a culture. Our culture is the indigenous culture of this country. Our culture, even though they have it like we were here. So our culture is indigenous to America. It's ingrained in us. So when other nationalities say that, oh, black Americans don't have any culture. No, we do have culture. Our culture is the foundational culture. Because we were here. And in time, all of our cultures and all of our customs and mores and things, they come out slowly. Because it's like a jigsaw puzzle. They split us all up and scattered us all over the place. Where we couldn't talk about, those stories that were passed down from generation to generation. If you break the puzzle up and split everybody up everywhere, and you can't put the pieces together, at some point, you're going to forget the information that was passed down. But in some cases, even with the scattering of the puzzle as it was done back then, sometimes those puzzle pieces come together. And you can still talk about those stories. So the the misconception that Black Americans don't have culture is 100% wrong. It's wrong. Our culture is the foundational culture of the society. Even though the powers that be, through legislation, racism, things of that nature, try to shut down our culture, it cannot be shut down. It's the prevailing culture of America. And as I said yesterday, blackness is more than melanin. And that's why I said that melanin is not a connector of people of color. Melanin is not a connector. A lot of people of color would want it to be that way, and in a perfect world, that would be how it would be, but it's not. And anybody that can prove me differently and give me a better understanding of why they see melanin as a connector, I'm more than open to listening. But I'm gonna stand on my changed stance because, like I said, I was a Pan-Africanist, but I don't really believe in Pan-Africanism any longer. There is no Pan. There is no one. We are different tribes, and sometimes those tribes come together with alliances and things of that nature, but our help has been bastardized, where we are just we help everybody else, but when it come time to people to form like Voltron to help us, don't nobody help us. They leave us out in the cold alone. So that's why we have those. This is why we have this thought pattern, this way of thinking. It happens over and over and over. Now, because we won't help Latinos, they want us deported. Like I said, blackness is more than melanin. It's memory. It's the movement. It's how Minister Farrakhan could pull a million men together, lots of men who were not in agreement with how Farrakhan, the representation of Farrakhan. There were a lot of people there that didn't totally agree with what Farrakhan was, his stance on a lot of things. But they came together as one to show solidarity as men of color. I was there. And it was incredible. It was incredible. And then I went back to the second one. And there wasn't as many people as the first one. Right. Yeah. We went to the second one. I went to me and Juggernaut, we went to the second one together. We had a good time. That was a good weekend. Scorpio Mama said Farrakhan is the king. To some people. Juggernaut said Black folk have our own way of doing things, and they hit both sides of the spectrum, either very good or very ghetto. Yeah, there was someone that said yesterday that, but I think that there's some of the immigrants that are coming here are coming from way worse ghettos. And this goes back to what I said. When I ask this question, when I ask immigrants, why do immigrants fear being seen as black? I already know the answer. I already know the answer. Why would I want to be black? Why would I want to be black? And that's understood because being black comes with a cost. Being black comes with a cost. And a lot of people don't want to pay that cost. And I know y'all looking at me like, dude's over here double-fisted. He got a Budweiser and a Martini. I'm sorry. Today was a rough day. You have those days. Some days you double-fisted. Today's double. Now, I'm not double-fisted, but yeah, you get the gist. And that's why we're having this conversation, because everybody wants a better, black people want a better understanding, because based off some of the comments yesterday, there is a lot of mistrust between black Americans and Africans. There's a lot of mistrust. And I pointed out earlier that Africans come to America with they have more of a tribal viewpoint of the world. You're not in my tribe, so I will never fully trust you. But I think that it's deeper than just that. It's deeper than just that. Jug said, we are a people of passion and love our blackness. Yeah. Unapologetically. I love my blackness unapologetically. And that's no discount to nobody else. I love my experience as an FBA. I love my experience as an FBA. Oh, no. YWG said they want them buttered biscuits. Yeah, they want everything done. They don't want the ingredients, and they don't want to do none of that, putting everything together, getting your hands up. They just want the buttered biscuits when they're done. And a lot of people are like that. A lot of people just want the buttered biscuits. Wow, I'm sorry to hear that, Scorp. Scorp says wow. So you have plumbers and HVAC people in your house for 3 days. Woo, that's a whole lot of money. And what black people want to know is, if you enjoy our culture but stay silent during our battles, you're a fan. You're not a friend. You're a fan. You're not a friend. You can't enjoy everything that comes with being black. But then matters, black matters, only the matters that are only black matters. You can't stay silent then. And then when something is happening, you have the expectation that black people are going to come to the rescue. Because you know that black people will stand on the front lines against oppression. Against oppression. In the colonial way, there's a lot of snitching. There's a lot of snitching. In the colonial way, because the master has whipped it physically and mentally into the head that if you go against massa, it ain't good for you. And that type of thinking is still prevalent in 2025. Sad, but truthful. Sad, but truthful. There are people that will still sell you out for trinkets to kill a whole movement. They're still out there. On this segment, we just crossed the hour. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button yesterday. Hit the like button for me. It gets us into the algorithm. More people join the conversation. I want y'all to drop a comment. I want y'all to be honest. To the 18 people that are in here, I want y'all to drop a comment and be honest. Have you ever seen this in your own community? People distancing themselves from you. When it's time for some help, you really need some help. I mean, we know it does. How can we change that for the greater good of everybody? Well, really the 99 versus the 1. How can we change that for the greater good? That's the reason we have these conversations. How can we change this thought pattern for the greater good? Or are we at a lost cause and we just got to stay tribal? Y'all tell me. And before anybody says anything, this conversation isn't dividing us. And if anybody out there thinks that it's dividing us, this conversation is not to divide us. That's not the purpose of this conversation. This conversation is about being honest and having people that are coming into this country to have an open mind, especially if you look like me, because I'm telling you that melanin is not a connector, but it's a shame that it isn't, because melanin should be a connector, but it's not. Melanin people stab melanated people in the back every day. You would want melanin to be a connector, but it isn't. It isn't. And nobody wants to be and then another reason that I think that immigrants come here with a superior outlook of themselves is because nobody wants to be on the bottom of the totem pole. And it's known that in terms of America, I mean, well, we're not under the totem pole in terms of immigrants that have come here, but yeah, nobody wants to be on the bottom of the totem pole. So I think that that's one of the prevailing factors in terms of why you'll have some people that come here with a hubristic outlook on their culture in relation to the culture of Black Americans. Because like I said, a lot of immigrants that come to this country, they look at us like we have no culture, not knowing that we have the true indigenous culture of this country. For sure. Lab addicts. Lab addicts for sure, Yeah. YWG said they don't trust us, but they trust them folks. That's wild. Squirt Mama in true fashion of a lady. It was a good looking Mexican man with them. She said she got her a hug. Wow. Wow, Scorp. Scorp, you was really on a horny mission. Okay, Scorp. What? YWG was looking at you. Hold on now. We're not gonna get off subject. Here y'all go. Chill out. Chill out. Chill out. Chill out. Chill out. Right. Exactly. YWG. No one wants to be on the first floor of a two-story house. Nobody wants to be the bottom of that totem pole. So I think that is a big factor, because they've been on the bottom of the totem pole where they're at. So they're of the belief that through their American dream, they can come here and not be on the bottom of the totem pole. And a lot of Black people don't look at life like that. A lot of Black people don't look at it in terms of being on the bottom of the totem pole. And you can only go up. And you go up through hard work, education, labor jobs, anything that is opposite of the generational curses that we came up through. Next week, we're going to have a show on generational curses, so get ready for it. Next week, we will be having a show on generational curses. And if there are some generational curses that you want to talk about, Maas.Appeal at Gmail. Send me an email. Maas.Appeal at Gmail. Send me an email. But yeah, we'll be talking about generational curses next week. But do you all believe that that is one of the main factors? Is they look at life like that. We don't look at life. I look at life like that. I have done things to not be at the bottom of the totem pole. The bottom of the totem pole gets his leg kicked up on by the dog. Bottom of the totem pole, yeah. The dog kicks his leg up on the bottom of the totem pole. So nobody wants to be there. But you don't have to hate Black people in order to come to America and have hard work and perform hard work. to raise yourself up. And really, it's not a race with black people. It's a race with yourself. The people who look at this race not as a race against somebody, but as a race against yourself, tend to do a whole lot better. The only person you should be worried about racing against is yourself. I'm not racist. I don't care what nobody else. I don't care about nobody else's coins, what they got in their pocket. I'm trying to acquire more coins for myself. And concentrating on somebody else's coins is not going to get more coins in my pocket. It's just the truth. So we're having these conversations. And in the bigger scheme, some of these situations, I mean, even though this situation doesn't really affect me, I'm talking about it because I think that there's power in numbers. We have more things alike than we have differences. And one thing that we do have is that we're all melanated. So why should we're melanated? Why should we be arguing about anything? Because none of the groups that I'm talking about are oppressing one another. So where does the anger come from? None of us have the power to oppress one another. So where is all the anger and the hostility coming from? All of our fights are mano a mano, but the person that is really controlling us, they're not fighting mano a mano. Got to look at it outside the box. You got to look at it from a higher level, like you're looking down on it. But once you see things, you can never unsee them. I'll leave that there. Once you see things, you can't unsee what you've seen. So it becomes patterns. I hope everybody's having a good time tonight, having this conversation. Join in, please. Join in the conversation. What you gonna come on? What you gonna come on the panel for, Scorp Mama? Scorp. I'm. You know what? Yeah. I feel some kind of way because I can't call her Scorpio. She don't let me call her Scorpio Mama. I gotta call Scorp. But yeah, can't nobody else call her Scorp but me. So I guess there's advantages to that, right, Scorp? Nightbot doing a whole lot of talking tonight. Chill out, Nightbot. Talking over top of people. I hope you all have enjoyed these conversations that we've done on immigration. Usually when I do conversations, I do them in 3 parts. So this was a good 3-part series. I think we went through different transitions of immigrants coming here, different outlooks of how immigrants see things once they come to America. why they would kind of guide themselves toward whiteness, having a firm understanding of why they, because we understand. Why would they, like a African told me, why would I want to be black? When somebody says something to you like that, can't do nothing but respect it. I'm African. Why would I want to be black? That's that's profound. I don't know how you all view those words or how you take that, but that's profound. As a black American, an FBA, that's profound to have somebody tell you, why would I want to be black? But not say it in, no, I don't know. I don't, can that be seen as not a diss? Can that be seen as not a diss? Why would I want to be black? YWG said, I worked with a lot of immigrants on my job, and I disliked a lot of them because they were rude. I have worked with some rude people. I most definitely didn't work with some rude black women. But I've worked with some, rude people of all nationalities, There's no nationality that has carte blanche on rudeness. I think there's rude people but sometimes it's just about giving out a little bit of straightening. And then it's an understanding. Because no disrespect will be tolerated. No disrespect will be tolerated. I couldn't. Squirt Mama said they are rude working at Walmart. I can't really speak for Walmart because I don't shop at Walmart, and I try not to. I went to Target for the first time in 3 months the other day, but I had to get something, and there was no way around it. It cost too much at Kroger. I'm trying to stop shopping at Kroger after I found out that they sell your information. Now those coupons that I get from Kroger don't really look so good. Now that I go in there and boop, 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 put my information in, they're selling. They said that Kroger's made $1 billion on selling people's information, and they annually average 3 billion in sales. No, 2 billion. Well, 3 billion, and 1/3 of the money that they make is made from selling your information. That's another show. Wow. YWG said, "No, homeboy, they were ash holes on the job, and working with them folks was the same experience." Hey, man, I'm going to abstain from saying anything. I work in HR, and I'm going to rationally abstain from answering that question. Yes, I'm going to abstain from that question. That statement His YWGs and YWGs alone, unless someone seconds him. Yes, Scorp, I think, Scorp, get your sewing supplies. Don't they have like a Michael's? You shouldn't have to go to Walmart. Can't you go to Michael's or what's some Hobby Lobby? Don't these places have? I don't think Hobby Lobby. They got You don't have to go to Walmart. Scorp, they don't have no Michael's where you at. And I know this because I have clothes made for me, and I have the last cape I bought. The lady that made my cape, we went to Michael's to get the materials. So that's how I know about Michael's, because I wear a lot of clothes that are made for me. I got to get back down to the DR to my homeboy, Jesus Alberto. That's my brother. I got to get down there and get me some more ropa. Get me some more clothes made. Some more ropa. So I will be going to the DR for the winter. I may go a couple places. We won't be doing a cold winter this year. I'll be on somebody's beach working. Okay, Scorp Mama says she go to Michael's and to the Hop. See, I know a little bit, Scorp. I know a little bit. I'm not relegated to these wild topics that we talk about. You know what? This brain work. I know a little bit. Uh-oh. Scorp Mama says she gonna start on the poncho. Thank you, Scorp. Yeah, put them little arm holes on the side so I can put my arms through it if I want to. The little arm hole, yeah. For real, Scorp, you can make the poncho black with red trimming. And I'm gonna wear that like a cape too. Oh, Joe. Yeah, that's the other Joanne. I ain't never go to that place. They went out of business. Okay. But yeah, Michael's got some good fabrics. They got some, yeah. Michael's got some good fabrics. Hey, the men don't be hating on my knowledge of fabrics. I like clothes. I like having clothes made for me. Yeah, ain't nothing, yeah. I know things. But tonight we've been talking about, this is the last show in the immigrant series. I think we've talked enough about immigrants. We've put enough. Well, for now, we may have to revisit at a later time, but I think we've put some solutions out there. Some people aren't seeking solutions. They are seeking to segregate themselves totally. And there's nothing wrong with that. If there's a way to segregate ourselves and be self-sufficient, I'm with that. But every time somebody brings up segregation, I ask, how do we do it? And no one has ever responded with an answer in terms of how do you segregate. I mean, Chinatown, Butchertown. There's different there's different parts of cities that I've been to across the nation, but a prevailing city is Chinatown. There's lots of Chinatowns in every city. The Chinatown in DC, when you get to it, you know you're at Chinatown because there's two dragons on both sides of the walkway. You're at Chinatown. And there's some arches you walk through in Chinatown. I've been to Chinatown in several cities. I've been to Polish Town. There's Italian sections of lots of there's sections. So okay. To the ladies that make clothes, Score Mama said Hobby Lobby has more fabric than Michael's. I think that's where we went to get that fabric. I think that's where we got the fabric from our cape. We went to Hobby Lobby and got this. We went to Michael's and got the satin that was on the inside of the cape. But the cape material and the fur, I think we got that from Hobby Lobby. I'm almost certain. Damn. Dang, Scorp. Dang, why I gotta be all that, Scorp? Why I got... Oh, YW, yeah, he is. Yeah. Wow. What? This dude YWG said, I want a hood, pockets. You can't have no pockets on a poncho. And mittens. This dude here. This dude here. That's gonna be one of them big ponchos. That's gonna be a tent. That's gonna be a tent with a hole at the top of it if she make you a poncho. Nah, just joke. I'm just joking, YWG. Not yeah, YWG. He ain't a big dude. He ain't fat. He big. Not that I'm But yeah, man. Scorp, all you need to do is make a tent and just cut enough for a size 20 neck to get through. The size 20 neck, and yeah, he'll be all right. Nah, man, YWG's the homie. He can, YWG's the homie. We can joke like it a little bit. But yeah, we're coming up on an hour and 30 minutes on the show. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. But yeah, the conversations that we had about immigration were very, very enlightening. We had a really, really good banter for these 3 shows. And yeah, like I said, tomorrow night I will be going live from Reggae Night in Washington Park, right here in the middle of Cincinnati. I will be, I'm a man of the people, so I'm gonna be out there with the people. They was blowing weed smoke in my face and stuff last week, trying to pass me blunts, pass me joints. I'm like, so if y'all, but I don't know. I may be tempted. I'm at the break. I mean, it's legal in Cincinnati. I may hit the Sesame tomorrow For the first time in 25 years. For the first time in 25 years, your boy may hit the J tomorrow at Reggae Night. Yeah, we're going to have fun at Reggae Night in the park. So tomorrow's show will not be at 9. I repeat, tomorrow's show will not be at 9. Weather permitting, I'll be going on at 7 o'clock live from Washington Park. Got my bodyguard. Services. All of that's taken care of. It's like, I don't got no bodyguard. I don't need no bodyguard. I'm a man of the people. I ain't talking. So yeah, no bodyguard. But I will be with the homies. So yeah, I'll be with the homies. I won't be down there. I can't go down there with that equipment. Solo dolo. But your boy will be going live from Washington Park tomorrow. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. If you like reggae music, tune in tomorrow. I will have the banner going across saying that I do not own any of the music. Usually when I do that, they don't mess with me at live. And then the guys are singing, so yeah, they'll be singing some of their original music. I may try to get a little bit closer to the stage. Last week I was in the back. I was in the back with the people. Well, 2 weeks ago I was in the back with the people. Yeah, I may have. Yeah, we're gonna put some. Yeah, you all do know that when I put these outfits on, I just take them back upstairs and put them back in the closet. Yeah, unless I'm leaving to go out somewhere, but usually I'm not. So yeah, so if you ever see this on a Tuesday night and then I'm at a function at Wednesday, yeah, because I had it on for 2 hours. Don't hate. Hey, cleaning damn cleaners bills ain't no putting this shit in dry cleaning ain't no joke, y'all. So yeah. But yeah, a tent, Scorp Mama, a tent. I hope y'all enjoyed these 3 shows. We're gonna do reggae tomorrow night. And then we're gonna go Thursday. We'll be back on the round table. I gotta round the ladies up. I'll be hitting the ladies up. Ladies, if y'all are in the comment, ain't nobody really talking tonight, but ladies, it's time for another round table. I will be hitting up the ladies tomorrow. I already have a topic in mind. So we're gonna we're gonna go back to the relationship talk tomorrow. We've been serious for 3 shows in a row. It's time to go back and have a little bit of fun. So we will have a relationship topic tomorrow with the ladies leading the way on the panel. I don't know, it may be co-ed, but yeah, the fellas don't want to cut their cameras on when they get on the panel. Well, YWG does. If you're not cutting your camera on, you can't be on the panel. We will have a panel tomorrow dealing with relationships, a relationship topic. So yeah, ladies, get ready. You already know how I do. Be ready, ladies. I'm ready. And it's enough of me to go around. It's enough of me to go around. My debate game is off the chain. I'll debate all of y'all at one time. All right, get that. See, y'all thinking dirty already. Y'all thinking dirty. But it is enough for me to go around on this debate thing. But it's been fun, you all. I'm really, really happy about all the new subscribers that I got. Really, really happy about that.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
Lab Addicts came through. Crease came through tonight. Joined us on the show. All the new subscribers. Everybody did 1,300 people into last night's show. I gotta think of ways. I'm doing it. But yeah, everybody, thank you for tuning in to my immigrant spirit black in the world. As we came to a close in the immigrant series, now we will move on to another topic. Everybody's input is always valued. I value y'all's opinion. I hope you all value the things that I have to say.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
This has been another edition of Adult Conversation with Maas. I'll see you all tomorrow. Live. Reggae night. Washington Park. Irene.
Lab Addicts Music Group.